Uh, uh, where am I? Oh God. Sappy music. First person. Pretentious graphics. God. I'm in a walking simulator, aren't I? What remains of Edith Finch? Oh. We're in it for today, people. Let's see, what does it say?
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that.
I'm just gonna start at the beginning.
That's a great way to start today. This is all going to be confusing as fuck to you. Oh God. It's time to start walking.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Maybe because they're not, half of them are completed. Seriously, you're related to the Weasleys from Harry Potter? Alright. What's this? Oh,
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Oh, look how far it is from the house to the fucking mailbox. I don't want to fucking make it all the way there.
I've been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Yeah. Ooh. Fuck you, writing.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
She's really bad at being a mother.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Go away. Oh. Apparently a teenage girl at the moment. Yet again. So pretty.
No one had driven this
so
way in a
pretty.
long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
That's concerning. This isn't going to suddenly turn into Resident Evil 7, is it? So that'll be somehow less enjoyable. And less scary.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Yeah. So, you had someone, like, yeah, what was it? MC Escher, is that his name? Yeah. So MC Escher and J.K. Rowling just really had a drunk night together, and this is what they came up with. This just seems systematically just very bad in design.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
I can only imagine why. Could it be it being 3 stories in the air with very little support?
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Didn't you literally just say that?
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left.
Okay, no amount of house could be this clean. No, you know, 7 years ago, and not a single fucking cobweb. Seriously, there should be raccoons sitting here having a bong in their fucking freezer. The smells, oh my god. There's no dust anywhere. Who's coming here dusting? There's a functional car still here. This one I think it would be stripped by now. Okay, no offense, but there's no way this is 7. This is like coming back 3 weeks later.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
That the one I was afraid of.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
You know, son of dad. Hey, no offense, after 7 years, this would look like the place from fucking Resident Evil 7. The guest house.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Who we left here let die, apparently, probably. I think you all have a bit of an issue with cans.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Boop, 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 boop.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Trust me when I say this is not nearly as bad as it could be. Especially since, you know, you have one chair that's knocked off, that's about it. Again, is there maggots? No flies that should be in here. It's just ridiculous. I think those are supposed to be maggots. I think. I'd have to assume so. It might be rice. It should be maggots.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Other than the fact there's no cobwebs, no dust, everything's intact. There's still a high definition TV here. And that ugly thing.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Yeah, where is Great-Grandpa Sven? He's not apparently in any of the fucking pictures. I see I get the answer. The only male in the entire thing died. You ate them all, didn't you? The fuck? Is there something from fucking Willy Wonka? The fuck's up with this room?
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
That's comforting. What's with this fucking shitty for fuck's sake.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
I think it's just time you just accept that you ate him.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
Yeah,
Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
That's kind of bizarre.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Yeah, but since I didn't have
I
a
think my
fucking
mom
bed.
sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
You know, other people still had to sleep in the house, right?
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Okay.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
I'm afraid of your deranged parents.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Okay.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
You sealed in the bathroom. Why is someone's bathroom sealed up? There's still a roll of toilet paper. There'll still be no more. Grandma couldn't get to her meds.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
No, I think it sounds like all the males just die horribly. Again, they're all black widows.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
I'm definitely sure.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
His name is Odin?
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
They did? Not from what I'm seeing, honey. Not what I'm seeing, honey.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
That can't be just arranged in any way. Whew, lady. Do 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 do.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Ugh. No, I can imagine why you didn't have problems with this house.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
So somewhere he's a serious fashion consultant.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
First I also thought that was a dead guinea pig.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
I don't... Does it have its own tiny little
Being inside
casket?
for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Again, no dust, no spider webs, no raccoons, no holes, no nice bullshit. Oh, it's the piece of it's the palette from that Stephen King movie with the blob. Yeah, they've already been eaten. Too bad. Yeah, I'm supposed to be finding something.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
I decided to eat my gerbil.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
That's kind of bizarrely fucked up that she actually did eat that.
My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
I heard Mom get...
It's late. Go to sleep.
I haven't eaten in about 3 months, Mom. I suddenly heard the shotgun cocking. I decided to eat my pet starfish here. Also, apparently the lake just said that it had not emerged yet. Oh, thank God! I found a toilet which was too.
Eating and eating.
Okay.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Aren't those mulberries? Aren't those fucking poisonous? And evidently this was going to be my future one way or another.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
So then I grabbed
the
the...
barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
This is a healthy childhood.
And suddenly, I was a cat.
Yeah, those are definitely the mulberries. She is tripping absolute balls. Then I ate the bird. The end. And then I died, apparently.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Especially since I was trying to eat it. And then I saw my dad and mom coming in and putting presents down and saying Santa was a complete and utter lie. My entire childhood ruined. I decided to end it by jumping off the cliff.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Mom and Dad are actually Yeah, I can only imagine why. Mom and Dad were mannequins. I've complete... I don't even know what to say to this situation. Alright, how do you really respond to this? I stood there watching, and suddenly Daddy and Mommy started naked wrestling. I didn't quite get the appeal. Boink. Eat the bird! Eat the bird! I had to say...
The babies were all gone.
Damn. I was hoping to purposely murder them. I sure...
jumped and I almost got her.
My demented dreams want me to eat and devour a bird.
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Come here, bitch!
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
There's nothing... Sometimes wanting to devour a helpless animal was just something that one was intended to do.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Children, do not eat mulberries, apparently. Wait, don't eat the half-eaten carrot of a gerbil, half a tube of toothpaste, and then some mulberries. Because holy shit. I was incredibly tripping balls. It was the most surreal experience I've ever had.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
I don't know.
Flew off to find something bigger.
Okay, no offense, but do owls have the ability to dislocate their jaw? Yeah, that was a pretty big fucking rabbit.
A mama rabbit.
I'm going to eat you, Holt. It's no bigger than the other rabbit.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What the hell does this have to do with Edith Finch? I was suddenly the inspiration for that new game, Man Shark. Ah! On my way down, I saw the giant ball sack monster that was inside.
I rolled off the cliff and into the ocean.
I took some really powerful drugs.
I wanted fat, juicy seeds.
You can say sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. But there is definitely
Tore off
some...
her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Yikes. Well, he doesn't...
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
I was suddenly the Kraken. Ah! I heard Leo Yison say, "Release me." Yeah.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
I think they say I see now why they locked you up.
I was big, and I moved real quiet.
I saw a guy that apparently had a radio inside him.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
I caught a guy physically manifesting the will of Bart Simpson on the chalkboard. Come here, bitch! Nom, 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 nom. I think I might have some serious mental health issues.
The last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelt something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
That's the boat, and I grew teeth and ate it.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Eh. I apparently, at that point, no longer had to worry about dragging my body around. I had infinite reach. And then I found myself and ate myself. Who was still eating those mulberries. Yep, I'm about to eat my...
I got closer and closer. All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
Oh. Yep, I'm gonna put this down. And I'm gonna get the fuck out of this house.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
I think this one was justified. Wait, seriously.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Edie
No
would
shit.
have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
So that one we playing the retelling of how he gets devoured by Molly as he turns into a dragon this time?
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Oh. On America's worst retards.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Okay, I want to recreate the idea of this place. Okay, so there's another door at least.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Okay.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
that's the truth. I'm actually Aqualad.
Odin's daughter Edith, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edith is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
I can only imagine. Hey, look at the bathroom.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
I don't think I want to know what the secret of this bathroom is. Why is the book locked?
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
This...
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
So am I pregnant? I seem to be. I always see Milton as the evil mastermind behind all of this. There's nothing deranged about any of this shit.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
I can only imagine why.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
So when you decide to murder me... Point.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
Except because
I think
that's because
Calvin
he was
always
dead.
wanted to fly. But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Hey, brother, I
going
can
around
drop
was
kick.
impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Whee!
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
That he was going to die.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Oh God! Oh God!
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Right into a rock. Yeah.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Except I had common sense, I think. And decided it was not exactly a good idea to fling myself into a
After the
rock.
funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Wink. That's kind of cute. Oh look, a secret handle. Who made this house? What was the thought planning going into this fucking place?
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Up. Eek.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Yeah, all the drugs probably did that. I was once someone important. Again, the still the fact that that's still intact is impossible. Holy shit, a rotary phone. Barb Street.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
This copyright infringement right here.
Oh, Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
She was eaten by a pumpkin.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
Good job. That's more than what other people had.
She'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed.
What career? She was the...
Her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key.
Oh, good God, he's Jigsaw!
The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Really?
Scratch and imagine the worst.
Why is this crutch down here? Oh, for fuck's sake. You just deserve that. How much more copyright infringement can you get on this thing?
The gang's leader is
Kick. Punch. It's all in the mind.
The old Finch rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
I need my...
Have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep.
And died.
Late picture show. Hours later.
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Oh, let's do this again then, because that was a bit of the first time. Haha! Oh god! God, it's trashed.
Walter, are you there?
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and
Dad!
was speechless. He was quite smashing.
It's not smashing. Honey, it's me! Let me in!
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
I'll go through this very obvious path.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Fuck my brother! And suddenly she got assaulted by an octopus who's like, I'm still hungry!
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grown.
Fuck you! Fuck you, Dad!
Wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Honey, please, it's me. I broke my neck now. I'm coming to get you, Dad.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
I'll eat your little brother. I've been possessed.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh no. Birthday party.
Oh dear.
It was twin rapists.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen.
A monster mass orgy.
Going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
I'm going to burn this now. I'm going to burn this so fucking hard.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending. I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Yeah, fuck Mom. I'm going to go play the fuck out of it. Ah, what the hell? Now we had to reload the fucking event. Now the music box will be working. Now fuck you, Mom. I'm gonna totally do this. You have to do it this many times. Come on. Ah. Why? Tap, 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 tap. I can see why this had to be locked away. This is how you wash your clothes.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Well, at the moment, all the fucking instruments look clean as a whistle. You can't like the horse this house. Also, why is there a house rat in the basement? Shouldn't this have been one of the first things completed?
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
She was hiding the pieces of her late husband.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
No offense, but Batman, what are these people, Batman? The Waynes? Okay, holy crap, I cannot see a damn thing. I still can't see a damn thing.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Which was a foot away.
If there's a pattern in all these stories.
My family sucks.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
I come to town to recite the tale of me eating my own poo.
I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
I can't buy that you've been down here for 30 years.
Shaking started. I didn't think I'd survive a week.
No, big boy.
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Oh god, features again. This is not a great diet.
And then one day, everything just stopped.
First off, your digestive tract had to be shit.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Preach it all.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting.
I wanted to eat me.
I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Wait, is this actually secretly Rick? Okay, again. Where's the toilet? He's gotta have a toilet. I hold it in for 30 years. I really, really had to take a dump.
I know it's out there, somewhere.
This is your digestive tract finally trying to
Whatever
tell you,
killed
God
Donna.
help me.
Molly. And Calvin.
Yeah, I think that's the Poudin.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me.
Could you have exited the other way?
Whatever's out there.
So
I want you
I
to
made
know
the railroad for the
I'm ready
slaves.
for it.
Be
I'm going to
free!
appreciate all of it. Especially the food.
Be free!
I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my
And then I realized at the last second that maybe building the fucking escape tunnel to the goddamn trap.
I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
He was down here this whole time. When did someone not knock on the fucking door? Although 30 years of eating peaches, he wouldn't have these kind of supplies left. Also, why are you eating peaches every morning when you have Tasty Crisp and Sweet Crisp? Also, who logged your dentist? Where's your teeth? Oh, there's at least a sink. Is this the bathroom?
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
I am free. You have a little way into the house. Look at the baby. He's a fucking idiot. Whatever happened to Edith Finch? I gotta go like a guess. Stupidity.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
No, I'm pretty sure you had enough sense not to stand on
But if she
the
never
fucking
told me
railroad
about
track.
an uncle under the house. I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Like you're poor.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
I'll make the same mistakes he did by going right in front of the train.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
There's a fucking nature to it. I wanted to do something
Now that there's
completely
only one of us
stupid.
left. Or maybe two.
Yes, I know you're
I
pregnant.
thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else.
Well, riding on the train that you killed your
But now
uncle.
I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse. We made it real.
Now wait a minute. How is that physically fucking possible? Ah, bullshit.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
But I know I should not blindly walk
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Wait, how does that work? Why are there solar lamps out here? Who put them?
But I thought you should know about your family.
Ah, writing it for a child. So we're all dead at this
And
point?
the history you're a part of.
So I'm right, I'm pregnant. So
To be
obviously the
honest,
best
I
choice
feel
is
as
to...
lost as you probably do right now.
Yes, I get it. I'm right. They're now playing as the person who's reading the book. Must be the person in the
think
cast.
the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Beep, 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 beep.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness,
Madness,
any of
yes.
it seems possible.
Is there a reason I had to go that way? I just couldn't. Is there no... I think it's probably fair. You guys can't just go back the way you fucking came.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
I think it's not being used to death. I think this is a
What
bunch
kind
of
of
just
family finishes
dumbasses.
building a cemetery before starting the house?
One with priorities straight. The last thing you want to do is smell
It's embarrassing
dead
for me
man
to admit
funk.
this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
I think it's more uncomfortable with the simple fact you guys cannot name shit.
3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Yikes, lady!
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Probably from the death by fucking mulberries. Death by retardation. Death by retardation. No, I'm not. I am not going to say you're not comment about that. Yes, it's not socially correct, but damn it, it is not actually correct. Barbara, death by over drama.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on.
Again,
but
I
for
think
Edie
you're
to
just all
pass her
stupid.
away-
No, don't sail away on the boat. I dubbed
She
the
could see it poking out of the
house
water
boat.
at low tide.
It's still out there? Why is it still out there?
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
supposed to keep going? Oh, brother, you don't do it, it's retarded. That never stopped any of us before.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
We are all really dumb.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
What? Well, you see, a good idea would not have been having one of them locked in the fucking basement without telling them.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Discovery? Honey, we're all retarded. You know what? I don't know if I can handle much stupidity or today. We'll finish this up for the day. Or it might be longer than that. We'll find out. You suck. All of you suck.